that?
I am a monument to all your sins.
Hey everybody out there! In YouTube land, Jake of the OneManBand is back again, bringing you guys another RWBY Theory video. Now this one is kinda gonna be a continuation of a previous video that I did, where I talked about Lord Grimm. Now, to the uninitiated, let me tell you a little bit about the theory of Lord Grimm. So, the concept is pretty simple. We know that the creatures of Grimm are actively trying to destroy humanity on the world of Remnant. But why? Why is that? The theory goes that there is a being, or a grand elder Grimm creature, that is controlling them, and they have been dubbed Lord Grimm. Now, whether this be some form of god, demon, higher upper echelon Grimm creature, or even a human, is still up for debate. But the concept remains that there is a Lord Grimm out there controlling them. So, pretty much what I'm going to explore in this video is the concept of humans and Lord Grimm. But to truly start off this video, we have to talk about the Grimm's mortal enemy, the huntsmen. We know that the huntsmen were created solely to battle the creatures of Grimm, to help protect humanity as a whole from their destructive power. And that is why the huntsmen are the best fighters and warriors on the world of Remnant. But it has been stated in the series that huntsmen have sometimes diverged from their righteous path, or have even succumbed to darkness. Now, what can this mean? It can mean something simple, as in they've abandoned their righteous fight, as in they've stopped fighting the creatures of Grimm to protect humanity, and they've been succumbed by darkness, as in they have fallen and died in battle with the creatures of Grimm. But I got thinking, is that truly what it means? I mean, if a huntsman went to school for years to be nothing but a huntsman and to destroy the creatures of Grimm, what would drive them to give up that dream? What would drive them to completely drop it and lose faith in all humanity? Well, maybe they don't technically let it go all by themselves. I believe that if a huntsman was to diverge from their righteous path, it would have to be for a reason. Some force greater than them made them quit, made them stray from their path. Thus, Lord Grimm. See, what I'm trying to get at is the darkness that is stated to have consumed some huntsmen. What if that darkness isn't death? What if they are really consumed by darkness, by evil, by Lord Grimm's power? Lord Grimm has been able to take huntsmen and turn them into his own personal puppets or pawns in his grand scheme. Now, these can either be puppets controlled directly by him, or they can be agents that have been bestowed with great power and strength. And it doesn't even have to be huntsmen that he's taken control of. He could have easily have taken control of random citizens, merchants, maybe even politicians. But huntsmen are the easiest to get to, because they actually go out to fight the Grimm, instead of staying safe inside the walls. Because we've seen the destructive nature of just the creatures of Grimm. They are very efficient at doing what they do. That is killing and destroying. But they can't really do anything else besides that. They're basically drones. They don't think for themselves, and they really only have one drive, and that is to attack humanity and its creations. And that's perfect for the type of creatures that they are. But now that humanity has walled itself in and has stayed protected for hundreds of years, the fact is, Lord Grimm needs humans to come outside, or at least to help bring the walls down. Thus, he would need human agents. Agents that could then go back into the walls, integrate themselves back into society, and help either to draw the humans out or to bring the walls down so that the Grimm can get in. And what would the humans really gain from this? Power, of course. All Lord Grimm would need to do was to bestow upon these humans power and strength, and to guarantee that they would be safe and spared when the walls actually came down. And many humans would take that. Many humans strive to gain power and to be strong. But there are a few characters in RWBY right now that fit that bill. That fit the bill of a person who is striving for power, striving for strength, and then want to be feared. The chief among these people is, of course, Cinderfall. Now, we do indeed know that she is not working with the huntsmen. She is an agent of some form of chaos, some sort of organization that wishes to bring down the huntsmen. And the idea of Cinder working for Lord Grimm makes a lot of sense, because there's actual evidence that points towards it. All we need to do is take a listen to one of the flashback scenes in RWBY Volume 3, Episode 7, where Cinder is telling Emerald that she will question everything she ever knew.
You will question everything you know. This is impossible.
By the sounds that this scene generates, it sounds as if Cinder herself is a creature of Grimm, or she can stand with the creatures of Grimm and they won't attack her. Why would that be unless she had some form of control over the creatures of Grimm or was in league with them? That could be one of the powers that Lord Grimm bestows upon his human puppets, is that they're able to control the creatures of Grimm, or at least pacify them so that they won't attack them. But there is another reason why I believe Cinder is in league with Lord Grimm. If we take a look at her fight with Amber, she not only uses her portal powers, but also a form of power that constructs black glass, and she uses it as projectiles. Now, it has been stated in previous episodes that RWBY also witnessed the black glass power, but she did not believe it was Cinder's semblance. So we thought, oh, well, maybe it's her maiden powers. But Cinder had that power before she acquired a fraction of Amber's maiden power. So we have two powers. Both can be semblances, but there can only be one semblance per soul, as we know of right now. So who's to say that one of these powers, either the black glass or the portals, was a power bestowed upon Cinder by Lord Grimm? But we have also seen that portal power elsewhere with Raven. We have seen her use similar type portals to teleport herself to and from places. Raven still remains a very mysterious character. We have seen that Crow looks upon her with sadness and pity, and that he tells Yang that she is dangerous, and that her opinion of the world is different than most people. If he knew that she was in league with Lord Grimm, that is definitely something that he would say. He would be saddened that his sister would succumb to the darkness and be like this. But he would still say that she was dangerous, and she possesses a different view of the world. That view is one of destruction, brought upon by Lord Grimm. So, what I'm saying is, and what my theory is that not only is Cinder an agent of Lord Grimm, but Raven is also. The backing I have for this is that both of them possess the portal power, and if that power is indeed a magical power bestowed upon them by Lord Grimm, that would instantly make them in league together, because I don't think that a grand elder being that controls the creatures of Grimm would pass out those powers willy-nilly. he would pass those powers out to only probably his most trusted agents. We've seen how powerful they can be. The portals can transport either the person or can transport projectiles and fire through the portals. We have also seen that both Cinder and Raven have connections to the Grimm. Raven has her Grimm mask, and Cinder has the white glove that opened up a portal and a small Grimm insect came out of. Both of which are worn by the appropriate owners. We saw that when Cinder put on the glove, she never took it off. It kind of evaporated and almost melted into her skin. And the only time Raven removes the mask is at the very end of Volume 2 when she reveals herself to Yang. Perhaps it's these articles of clothing that keep them safe from the creatures of Grimm. And speaking of creatures of Grimm, have we ever seen either of them fight any Grimm? Raven, of course, we've barely seen her, so she's kind of up in the air in that fact. But Cinder took her team down to the breach at the end of Volume 2, and we saw that Emerald and Mercury both fought the creatures of Grimm, but we didn't see Cinder fight. She was there, but she did not engage. So maybe Lord Grimm's agents not only have a connection to the Grimm and are able to control them, but maybe they can't really attack them either. Sort of an assurance, if you think. But probably one of the biggest things that supports this theory is the fact that both of them are trying to gain Seasonal Maiden's powers. Now, if other theories can be believed, one of them is that Raven was the one to kill Summer Rose because she wanted to take her maiden power. And if this theory turns out to be true, that would definitely put her in a position to be under Lord Grimm's control and employment. And we have seen that Cinder has almost succeeded in acquiring Seasonal Maiden's powers. You see, Lord Grimm is trying to access these magical powers and gain control of them so that he can have dominant control over the entire world of Remnant. The Seasonal Maidens, as well as the huntsmen, have been a major pain in his side for probably hundreds of years. And since the Seasonal Maidens hold such amazing power, if that power was held by 4 of his puppets, 4 of his agents, just think how destructive the creatures of Grimm could be. These Seasonal Maidens, under Lord Grimm's control, could easily take down any defenses that humanity was able to build up, and the kingdoms would be overrun by creatures of Grimm, probably in a matter of months. But I know what a lot of you are thinking. Jake, aren't you one who said that possibly that Cinder and Raven can be sisters somehow, or at least related in some way? Couldn't that mean that the portal powers could be a hereditary semblance? Yes, that is indeed a possibility. And now you might also be thinking, well, doesn't that mean that Cinder may not be working for Lord Grimm? Well, once again, we look back to the black glass power. If the portals are indeed a hereditary semblance shared between Cinder and Raven, then where did Cinder gain the black glass power? This could have also been a power bestowed to her by Lord Grimm, and she already had the portal powers due to her semblance. So you see, with this theory I'm spitting at you, either Cinder and Raven are in league together under Lord Grimm, or they are related in some way that their semblance is hereditary. So either way, they're related in some way and they're in league with each other. So boom, I've covered all my bases. But you see, the thing about Cinder is that she did not want to wait for her power. She wanted to gain it quick. And what we've learned from Star Wars and many other things is that once you go down the short and easy path, if you take that path, you become an agent of evil. You don't learn about the responsibility that that power and strength hold and what it entitles. I do think Cinder is a very smart character, but I don't believe that she thoroughly thought all the way through with going to Lord Grimm for help. But then again, we'll have to learn more about Cinder to actually learn if her going to Lord Grimm was all part of her master plan or all a part of his master plan. We have heard Cinder say that she wanted to be strong, she wanted to be powerful, and she wanted to be feared. The reasons why she wants these things should be explored in another video, but the fact is that she wants them, and probably the only person or thing that could give her those things was, of course, the darkness of Lord Grimm. Hey everybody, welcome to the end of the video. I thought I'd get this theory out to you guys so that you guys can take a look. I want to know what you guys think about it. I can already tell that there's going to be a lot of Lord Grimm theories and ideas coming up, especially now that Volume 3 is kind of in its last few episodes. So, I would love to hear them. So, be sure to like and favorite if you've enjoyed. Subscribe, of course, if you feel inclined to. Be sure to check out these other videos that are popping up on screen. If you want to post a crackpot theory and have other people respond to that theory, be sure to check out my Facebook group, Team Theory, over at Facebook, because it's a Facebook group. And if you're also interested, be sure to check out my Patreon page. And I just want to thank all my Patreon supporters, especially Duncan Ishler and Grant Allen Hill. Thank you very much for supporting me with these videos and on Patreon. I love all you guys. And be sure to be a good person, tip your waitresses, keep moving forward, and I'll see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land. I'll see you then.